we're at the Lamborghini stand here with Paolo.
Yeah.
And we have the new Huracán.
Yeah.
Did I say that correctly? Huracán?
Huracán.
Huracán.
Yes, the right pronunciation.
The right pronunciation.
It's
Yeah.
not Italian.
Italian. Well,
as you know, it's the name of one of the duo.
The Spanish fighting bull. So what color? What's this color?
This is a pretty new yellow, and it's let me say more brilliant than in the past.
Okay.
It's a mixture of glass crystal, and of course paint.
Yes.
And is obtained with a completely different process in order to have, let me say, the deepness of the color.
Okay.
So you can see all the shape of the car, all the different lines.
Sure.
It was think in order to improve the effect of the car.
Okay.
That's
So,
really
and the color is called, it's a Giallo...
Giallo, I don't remember the name, is Giallo Maggio is the color
of the anniversary. So this is a brand new car.
Completely new car.
From the ground up, essentially. Including the engine, it's a different engine.
The engine is quite completely different.
Yeah.
It's a V10,
It's
of course.
a V10,
it's a 5.2 liters. But there are a double injection, a direct injection directly in the cylinder head.
Yes, in the cylinder head.
And a not direct injection in the manifold, in the intake manifold.
Okay.
That allows you to reach very high RPM and to decrease the fuel consumption.
Okay.
But of course, for this kind of car, fuel consumption is not an issue.
Yeah.
But of course, to give to you, let me say, the ability to drive for long distance and so on would be really helpful. And moreover, also to respect the environmental conditions and so on. And in order to, if you try to drive the car, I have the occasion to drive 2 weeks ago. It's completely different from the Gallardo. It's not because it's new, but it's completely developed. Absolutely amazing. If you can feel the steering wheel, the steering torque on the steering wheel, it's great. You can exactly feel where is the, let me say, the horma of the tire, and you can clearly feel where is the single tire and what is the, let me say, your limit behind the car.
Yeah.
Moreover, if you drive in normal mode, Strada mode, you have, let me say, a very comfortable car. You can speak, listen to the radio, and it's like a normal car. So, of course, you are sitting in a lower position. So when you start sport or Corsa button, or you raise 6,000 RPM,
then the Titan's completely different.
It becomes a completely different car. It's great.
Tell me a little about it. So, Perini, we've seen his talk on what inspired the car. Obviously, it still has the wedge shape, but let's walk forward a little bit. So, can you just
also in carbon fiber, you saw in New York the forged one. That is beautiful. I like it. There is no way. Or you like it, or you hate it. There is no way. But,
there's no in between.
No, nothing. But also the glass. The engine through the glass is an optional version, because in the standard one you have, let me say, the closed one, and of course the engine.
I would. That's a part. I mean, that's a part of the beauty. I would.
Of course, the rear bumper. You can have also immediately from the beginning the sport exhaust system.
So is it a different? The exhaust system is different.
If you want, this is the basic one.
Yeah.
Okay, and you can clearly hear the differences in sound from 0 to 300, from 800 to 3,000 RPM.
Yep.
It is, let's say, standard one.
Yeah.
When you overhead the 3,000 RPM, you have a completely different sound. And if you start sport and Corsa mode, you have a different one in the standard version.
In the standard version.
In the sport, is a Niger is a louder.
It's a louder.
Yeah, and moreover, you have also a different.
So sport's louder all the time, a little bit louder all the time.
A little bit.
But it also opens the valves at a lower RPM and comes on stronger.
And then there is a different exhaust altogether.
Completely different.
It's a fully different exhaust.
Yeah, you can hear upstairs if you want.
But,
there is
but both variations are valved.
Yeah.
It sounds like. So the sports exhaust is also a valved exhaust?
Yes, it's a homologated normal, but you have a completely different muffler, a completely different pipe, and the tailpipe. But and also, of course, one of the major differences from the past, of course, is the body of the car. It is let me say, we can call an hybrid body.
Okay,
because
hybrid.
it's partially aluminum, partially carbon fiber. And it's me say, I spoke from my point of view. This means that I have to train, and I'm training all the network in order to reach the ability to repair the car. If you have an accident, it's really complicated because you have to debound the carbon fiber part, rebound, and then this it's a reduction of weight of more than 20%. Double clutch, the gearbox is no more, say, e-gear, but it's a double clutch system that is great. If you have the occasion to drive, it's perfect. Because if you, I don't know if you know Porsche, for example.
It's an emotional piece.
But if you want to drive in a comfortable way, you can drive very slowly and very comfortable. Moreover, in advantage from the other PDK you can find in the market, one of the biggest advantages that is combined with a four-wheel drive. And if you think about when you change the gear, you have, of course, the RPM that are rising. When you change the gear, for sure you have a drop of the RPM. Here you don't have.
Because you don't get a gear.
Exactly, because you have already engaged the next gear, so you are able to, let me say, to adapt the two sliding of the two clutch in order to reach the same level of torque and engage the gear. So you have no interruption with the torque at the wheel.
Very nice.
And you can differentiate also wheel by wheel. That means that you can run faster in the
So tell us a little bit about that. Yeah, the Magnarite. So
there is a fluid inside.
The shock.
The shock absorber. In the fluid there are some particles of metal parts. When you have no electrical, say, translation, no electrical power, this system is completely hard. Means very stiff, okay, and you have a very, very sporty car. When you have the maximum level of ampere of the current flow, you have a very soft, relative, and you have in theory all the position between. So you can adjust, let me say, 0.1 ampere of current flow in order to obtain the better results. And of course it could also react in time to the steering wheel and torque. Different design. It's completely different. You can see there is nothing comparable in the production, the actual production. If you look at the, let me say, at the instrument cluster, is a full LCD system.
How is there a way to get it to start up?
I don't know if it works. We can try. Yes,
yep, there it is.
Work. And you can see that it's a completely full LCD system. Is the larger in the worldwide production at this moment. And you have there all the information. You can choose to have the navigation system, the information, of course, of the RPM, speed, fuel consumption, whatever you want. Depends from the driving condition. And you can see here, you can see the battery, the oil, and the pressure of the oil, temperature and pressure.
Excellent.
This is beautiful, really. It's the larger one in production.
Yeah. Now, how do you cycle through the different setups for the dash? You know, you said there's 3 or 4 different layouts.
You can set up from the button on your left. No, you know, on the steering wheel.
Yep, this one.
Yeah. Please try.
Okay, so
push one.
There.
You can have RPM or miles per hour. In this case, it's kilometer per hour. Okay,
because we're here in Europe.
Yes, the full
navigation.
This is great.
Excellent.
The full RPM or let me say RPM or kilometer per hour. And you can choose also to have exactly the small configuration and the full one. Okay. If you want to merge that part, you have to use this button. You can see there is here is written in Italian, but it's a setup. You can push the setup and you can work on that screen.
And then choose the different parts.
That is easier than, let me say, than for a standard version.
Excellent.
And here you have the full menu of the car. You can go from navigation, mobile phone, information, radio, of course, and tone and set up all whatever you want.
And you access that through
the MMI system.
Yes, the MMI system here.
You can see, and in this is not in this version, but we can have also the voice, of course, control.
Oh, okay.
Because it depends on what RPM you are running, but you can use also voice if you want.
Excellent.
It's really beautiful, and also the definition of the LCD are great, because if you go here, for example, you can see that the car, it's really...
Oh wow, really it's very sharp.
Yeah, because it's like your TV, for example. It's a really
it's a high definition,
yes. And moreover, it's a 100 Hertz definition, so you can also feel the difference when you are driving fast and so on.
Wow, very, very nice.
It's really beautiful.
Really like the look.
Yes. No, it's. I think that from let me say from technological point of view is one step behind all the competitors. I prefer this visualization.
Yeah, I do like this too. This is an awesome view. It gives you a lot of information.
Or if you want with the speed, that could be useful also. Lap, that is great, because you have the lap on the racetrack.
Yep.
And you can see that is a really high ergonomic study. Here you can see, of course, the start and stop system. Of course, to start and stop the engine. This is the reverse gear. It is really beautiful to see, but it's
very
really,
three-dimensional.
Yeah, exactly, and it's really comfortable also. Yep. We did a very deep study with a university in Italy.
Okay.
It's specialized in ergonomy.
In ergonomics.
Exactly, in ergonomics study. And you can find, for example, on the steering wheel, if you look for the turn light that are both, let me say exactly, on the left side, like in the motorcycle. Because it's more intuitive, yes, for you than, for example, if you look at other competitors, they have one on the right and one
I have a 458 Italian. I agree. It took me a while. I know. It took me a while actually to get used to it.
You will learn really easier in this way. Moreover, if you come from the motorcycle, if you have never driven a motorcycle, for example, you will feel really comfortable to use it. Moreover, also the pedal are really, let me say, calibrated in order to, because they are structure on the steering column, so you can easily find in any position also during a very powerful speed track.
Sure.
Of course, you can see again the hexagon everywhere because it's
inspired, of course. Honeycomb.
It's the same. You understand the ring.
Oh yes, I understand the heritage.
This part, the central tunnel, it's really, really amazing because you can see here there is a small space if you want to put some, let me say, object or something like that. But the major point is to save weight everywhere, and also the seats are completely new. Of course, you can have in different leather, different color, whatever you want. This is a particular new. It's called cuoio. It's leather. Natural leather that is really beautiful, exactly, and you can see that also here you have the hexagon everywhere,
the honeycomb,
but also these are part of the ergonomics study.
Okay.
And you can feel really better also after many hours driving, or you can feel very comfortable during a, let me say, a very powerful speed track.
Yeah.
If you notice, in comparison with the your Aventador, for example, there is the Strada Sport and Corsa mode that are in the middle of the steering wheel, and you can easily change also during the driving. It's more intuitive than in the past.
Sure.
And you have the single here, the single actuator in order to, let me say, modify or adjust. Here you have the climate small LCD. Please, you can start exactly. You can see that when you start, you have the small climate and air conditioning system, and some indicators for, let me say, battery or whatever you want to set.
So that's adjustable there, as well as also the center is you can
for example, there you can have full the navigation map.
Yep.
A small one.
Yep.
A partial one. On one side, you can fully customize.
You can customize it. Very nice.
It's great.
Very nice, and it actually feels great as well.
Comfortable. Close the door. Exactly. Because as you can see here, the front windscreen is really, the angle is really high, of course, due to the aerodynamics and also design, of course. And you can feel really comfortable in the car and really, let me say, secure and stable.
Yeah, it's actually and now, what about, one of the challenges was, you know, for taller guys?
We are working on the dedicated seat if you are completely out of, let me say, off range, if you are 2 meters. Yes. For me, it's not a problem. But
for me, it's not a problem either. But for there's some taller guys.
There is the possibility to adjust.
Yes.
And we can cover the, it's called the P10% population. That means that the 90% of people are
within
covered,
that certain.
exactly. For the other 10%, we are thinking about a sort of ad personam system. Yes, please. It's not so high.
You don't really put much in these things, but that's nice.
No, the design is great. Also, the instrument cluster and all that part is very beautiful.
Yep.
Adjustment of the brilliance of the instrument cluster.
Okay.
Also, of course, the pedal are studied in an ergonomics way in order to facilitate you when you are driving fast or in a different condition.
So. This looks, the version that we saw on the demo car in the US was the sort of glossy, this was the glossy carbon fiber. It wasn't finished yet. They said it was still going through production, and it was coarser than this. The chips in it were thicker. It looked a little bit more marble and was shinier.
Yeah.
So this is
like the other one.
Yeah, like the yeah, exactly.
That one is
that's a little different. Yeah.
The transparent is colored.
Yeah.
The one you saw probably in the pre-selling was glossy.
It was glossy, and I didn't quite like it. It was just. Yeah.
Then we decided both for an appearance and for the fact that the glossy was
reflecting. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen too.
Okay. We decided to make it in matte finish.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
It's really, I mean, we really had a lot of job on quality, on color matching, on all the materials we use for the interiors. You will not find this in any of our competitors, actually.
It is.
Because we were really striving on this part
of these. So I assume is that for the brakes or that intake?
For the brakes, partially is going into the engine.
So that goes into the engine too?
It's split.
Oh, okay. So one's there.
It's going out here.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And it's getting some cooling for the brakes.
Okay.
Part is going up and it's joining this flow here, which is going here as well. And this one is for the air intake.
So that's the air intake. That's to cool the engine. That's just airflow.
Yeah, exactly.
And so also understand that the way the air flows and comes out, you design it so that it comes through here.
It's really complex. We started out in the wind tunnel with this. Because you see there's kind of
it's open.
Strange way. Because the problem is that with this kind of shape, you have a single line going from the front to the back, and there's no active aerodynamics.
Yeah, so this is now fixed.
This part here,
that's all fixed. It doesn't move.
It's fixed, and it has to ensure. It's actually ensuring more than 50% more of downforce than the Gallardo.
Oh, really? Without a moving.
Moving part. Because all this part is doing the function of a spoiler, plus we have
the diffuser.
Here, and then the body paneling kicking down the car.
Okay.
But we had a trouble at the beginning of the project because we had to ensure some cooling of the engine. The engine bonnet. But there was too much hot air coming out from here, and therefore it was detaching the flow coming from the roof.
So the air was.
We had to split again the airflow through this part, and it's going down and exiting here.
So part of the air in there is coming through here.
In fact, this is
so how do you split the air though? If the lines are coming over, the air is coming just naturally flowing out through these vents.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Because it's like I mean, the air, when you're going, the air is come
through there,
from here and from there.
Okay.
It's coming up here and up there. And as it has some friction,
yeah.
So it's pushing here some part of the air, but it's just a bit of air is coming out from here.
Okay.
Some is coming out from here.
Yeah.
But it's just studied in order not to detach the airflow coming from there, because we needed to grind.
So you design this to split. You say so. Is this deliberately designed to split? So some of the air comes straight back, and then the stuff
the air is actually cooling the
engine.
Because the engine is down there.
Down there, yeah.
And it's coming out.
And it's coming out through there.
So this is getting really hot. In fact, it's in aluminum. If you touch it, it's not plastic.
Oh, so that's aluminum.
Yeah.
Because on the Gallardo, it's actually plastic.
It's partially plastic, partially aluminum. The center part is aluminum. And therefore, this way we have. So there's a lot of study and everything on this real part.
So I'm going to ask you one other question. So why did you guys decide to do the the HVAC as little pods sticking out of the dash, as opposed to almost integrating it? Because that's a controversial design piece.
For their vents, you mean?
Yeah, for the vents.
I mean, that's a design item. I mean, they were willing to create a look much similar to the fight planes.
Yeah.
And that's the way, and to sports car, and in real sports car, you just have the vents detached completely from the dashboard and coming.
Here's Felipe Perini, chief designer for Lamborghini, reviewing the Huracán and the stunning Giallo Atto version of the car.